Or a fill-in star, hopefully, in Chris Kelso. Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to The Price of Business. We've got a great show in store for you today. First on tap, we have Kent Batman. He is with Vichem Eco Fluids. Kent, how you doing?
Doing just great today. Thank you.
You know, for all of our first-time listeners, let us know a little bit about who you are and what you do, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Vichem Eco Fluids makes biodegradable drilling fluid, okay? And we make fluids that work like petroleum-based. In other words, they get the same rate of penetration and the same positive effects of a petroleum-based fluid, but they're totally biodegradable, and so they're much less expensive for cleanup and better for the environment.
You know, in this part of our Energy Corridor series that we're doing with you, and one of the things, obviously, being in Houston is a very strong oil and gas-based market, as we all know right there. And one of the things that's extremely important is understanding what types of fluids can be associated with drilling that are actually better for the ecology, as we talk about, or more importantly, better for the environment. You know, how did this come about? How did Vichem actually come about? And let us know a little bit about your history.
Well, Vichem is a company that was, it was actually founded by my friend and partner, Grant Peterson. Grant has a company, Conquest Drilling Fluids, and he set up Vichem just to market the biodegradable portion. So we were working on this for some time, had some people that wanted to try it, had great success with the results, and so we've taken it quite a bit further. In fact, we have one customer that's done a little, he did his own report, his own research, and it shows that he saved 3 to 5 days each well on 15 wells that he drilled with our fluids. That was up in the Eagle Ford.
Wow.
So we're getting great success with it. You know, Grant did a great job of blending this with other products that he's had over the years. He's worked on biodegradable solutions to petroleum drilling fluids for 20 years. And so it's been a great partnership, and we're getting great results.
As you mentioned right there, you know, anytime that you can drill and get an economy, as you're talking about right there, as far as time perspective, being able to drill and be able to get out of the ground more oil at a lesser time, that is a huge cost savings, which ultimately goes all the way down that supply chain and ultimately into the gas pump for anybody.
That's exactly right. You know, everybody in the business is looking for how to drill the hole cheaper because they may get similar results, but the part that they can control is the expenses. So it's a great deal for those guys that are in the business, taking the risk side of things, and this has just helped give them a little more confidence and assurance and making all their neighbors happy.
You know, and how does this work? You know, a lot of times we're hearing, obviously, with the price of oil right now, with the boom in the oil business in general, you know, a lot of wells are going back to be looked at. A lot of wells that were tapped off in the 70s or 80s are now actually being reopened. How can this product assist them in maybe pulling out some more oil that prior technology did not allow them to do so?
Well, you know, the biggest thing that's changed in the past year is the horizontal drill. Okay, so, you know, old wells, you know, back in the 40s and 50s, and where I live, they were drilling in 1901. You know, they went straight down a hole. They hit the strata where the oil was, and you know, the hitter they did. Now they're going down, and then they'll go horizontal. So they'll go right across that shale that holds the oil or gas, and they'll do that for, you know, maybe 2 miles. So they're getting better results in the same vicinity. It may not be the exact same hole.
Gotcha. Okay, and you know, and that actually is technology has actually vastly improved the amount of output we're doing, and then you couple that obviously with your product in regards to the drilling fluids, and it allows them to be a lot more efficient, a lot more effective, and to produce a lot more at a single drill site. Whereas before they might have had to go on and drill 5 holes for the same type of output.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It could be a lot more than that. And you can see those pictures on our website or a lot of other websites when they show horizontal drilling. And then the next part of that was fracking. That's been around for a long time. Fracking is where they put high pressure down and they open up those cracks where the oil and gas are and then fill it with proppant, sand or some other kind of proppant, and that causes the oil and gas to flow back out of those cracks when they withdraw the pressure in the fluids. So you got fracking fluid and drilling fluid, and we're working on a biodegradable fracking fluid now.
Gotcha. Okay, but a fracking fluid right now you don't have. It's mainly the drilling fluids that you're focused in on, correct?
That's right. We've got drilling fluids going in the ground right now successfully, and hope to have the fracking before too long.
That sounds great. And how are you seeing the market? You know, talk about the market in general right now. What is going on? Obviously, we talked a little about technology. We talked about obviously the drilling fluids and the friendliness as far as the biodegradable product that you have right now. How is the drilling industry going in general right now?
Well, the industry's very afraid. Basically our president doesn't exude a lot of confidence for the energy industry. We all saw what he did after the BP spill, where he put a moratorium on offshore drilling. Well, that doesn't get you a lot of friends in this industry.
Right.
Funny part about that is then all of the land-based drills, wells, all started doing so well. Now, they actually were going fine before that, and obviously the leases were begun before that. But this huge boom came after the moratorium, which is kind of funny. So,
wow.
But if you're in the industry, you're worrying, is he now going to, which there's been a rumor that he would put out a moratorium against fracking in general, which would be a real mess.
Right, and there's a lot of controversy right now around the fracking. In fact, there's several shows that have been made recently, several interviews going on in regards to the fracking technology. What its ultimate, impact to the environment is. Obviously, it's very well studied. We've been doing this for a long time, and the technology exists to go out there and to do it successfully without having a major harm to the environment right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's another one of those smoke screens. It will be used against the industry. I got a Facebook email from a friend in Scotland, and he said there was a big, that they're going to do a lot of drilling right next to him, and he was all worried about the harm to the environment. I said, well, define the harm. Well, he didn't really know what it was. The theory is it's going to contaminate groundwater. Well, again, shortly we're going to have a biodegradable alternative there where that won't happen. But, they also talk about earthquakes and things. Now, if you're going to have earthquakes, the biggest area, the most likely area to have earthquakes in this country would have to be Texas, right?
Right.
We've been fracking for 50 years, and I heard about a small earthquake up in East Texas somewhere. I don't know if I've heard of any more, 2 or 3 in the last, I don't know. When do we have earthquakes in Texas?
And that's an absolute great way to put it right there. We really have not. We've been doing fracking for over 50 years in the state of Texas, and I think we've only registered maybe an earthquake, as you mentioned right there, 3 over the past, 10 years, and of those, the magnitudes are so small you can't even feel them, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess is the best way to say it. Kent, we're coming up against the break right now. Do us a favor. Let us know how we can reach you, if you don't mind.
Okay, the best place is VichemEcoFluids.com. VICHEM, ECO fluids.com. Please go online, look us up, give us a call. Let's talk. It's going to be a great year in the oil industry, and we're looking forward to being a big part of it. That
is Kent with Vichem Eco Fluids. Definitely go check them out. Great company, especially as part of our Energy Corridor series right there, drilling fluids, and we appreciate you being on board today.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you later, Chris.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.